We're moving on to another big film that came out last Friday, and that is Saltburn. Emma, can you introduce that to us?
Yeah, certainly. So a student at Oxford University is a little bit of an outsider, but meets a charming young gentleman who invites him to join his wealthy family at their estate. And yes, it's a summer that won't be forgotten. Here's a clip.
Here we are again. It's hotter than Barbados, apparently. Barbados!
No, I can believe it, darling. Honestly, I don't think I've ever been hotter in my life.
Oh, I need to check with Robert to make sure that he's being extra vigilant with the hydrangeas.
Very wise, my love. Oh, bliss. Bliss, bliss, bliss. Oh, this song. God, I haven't heard this song in forever. I used to hang out with them all, actually, when I was modelling. Britpop, Blur, Oasis, goth parties. But then, of course, Common People came out, and everybody thought it was written about me, which was completely mortifying and ridiculous. I mean, I barely knew Jarvis. What? But she came from Greece. She had a thirst for knowledge. It couldn't have been me. I've never wanted to know anything.
I love that sequence.
That is funny.
Sequence. Emma, do you want to? Have you seen it this week, or because we saw it together at the LFF, didn't we? London Film Festival.
Not this one, because this was on the. This was like the opening one, wasn't it? And I didn't. I wasn't there for that one.
Oh, were you not?
I
Okay.
did. No, I did catch it at the. We had an advanced screening at Cineworld, so I saw it then. I have to say, I watched the first trailer for this, and I just didn't get it. I was like, I don't understand what about this film is supposed to make me want to watch it. The second trailer came out, a little bit more intrigued. I was like, that was much better. I sat through it, and yeah, I sat through it. I don't know what to say about it really, because it says comedy, drama, thriller when you look it up online. And it definitely was that. But I didn't feel like the way it started matched with the way it ended. And I don't think there was like the right sort of progression to get it to that point. And although obviously you can see the characters changing as they go through, and the way the main character is interacting with people evolves into something a little bit darker. It felt like that got to a certain point, and then they were like, actually, you know what, we're going to cut a bit out here, and you end up diving right into this very dark sort of storyline that I just couldn't trace from the first bit.
It'd be difficult. It'd be easy to give away spoilers in this film, wouldn't it? But the first part is very Brideshead Revisited, isn't it? Almost deliberately so. Brought forwards to whatever the time, 2004, 2005, I think was the time period it's set in. But yes, I understand where you're coming from with this comment. I mean, I think this will really be a Marmite film. I think we've all seen this one, haven't we? So let's go to Scott, because you've not commented on films yet.
Sure. So yeah, I definitely understand Emma being lost for words a little bit on this one. It was what I was a little bit like immediately after seeing it. So this film, it's a second directorial outing from Emerald Fennell after Promising Young Woman, which won her an Oscar. I think that after these two films, she is a very interesting director with clearly some ambitious ideas. It's a very, very weird movie. That was the main word that came out of it. Weird. Tonally, it is very dark, and it is filled with black comedy throughout. So I'm mixed. I'm very mixed. I thought the score was excellent. I thought the art design and the way the film was lit in many scenes was phenomenal. I think that the performances, for the most part, are also very good. Barry Keoghan in the lead was excellent. Rosamund Pike that you get in the clip there was hilarious. And you get a few good turns as well from Richard E. Grant. Jacob Elordi is fine. I think he's going to have some better movies coming out pretty soon, or better performances. Priscilla, that could be interesting. And I think I first knew him from the TV show Euphoria, the Zendaya show as well, and he's excellent in that. So those are good points. However, there are some scenes in here which we can't talk about that personally I thought went too far. I can see that it's a satire. I can see what she's trying to do and what she's trying to say about the rich and the poor. And if you want to get all sort of film studenty about it, you could probably do a thesis on this film and all this subtext and hidden meanings behind certain things. But come on, it's just horrible, some of those things, and they didn't need to be there. I thought that this film, the way it ended, or the lead up to the end, I thought was actually quite good. And I did enjoy where it went in terms of how bonkers it got towards the end. Disturbingly bonkers is how I would describe it. But I don't know. Normally, I'm not into the art house films. Things that are too weird are normally the films that I criticise and then get slagged off on the internet for criticising. But this one, although it was really weird and there's scenes I wouldn't have wanted to see again, as a whole, I strangely enjoyed it. And it's difficult to say exactly why, apart from those sort of crafty things that I talked about. But yeah, just the overall feeling, I think it was good. Not great, but good.
Yeah, I thought, just adding to your ensemble cast there was Archie Madekwe as well, who was obviously the kid in Gran Turismo earlier in the summer. I thought he was really good as a scared.
Why I recognised him.
Yeah, he wasn't driving a car, so you didn't recognise him. But he was, with the frizzy hair, he was Farley as the kind of scared hanger-on to the family. I thought Alison Oliver as Venetia was very good, and Carey Mulligan putting in a cameo performance as poor dear Pamela. I thought she was just priceless. Yeah. Andy.
But there were some scenes, I'll be honest, over which I had grave concern, and I thought that we could.
Are you trying to plug the film, Andy?
I thought we could have done without those scenes, if I'm honest.
The film.
I'm trying to plug the film, absolutely.
Yes.
No. Oh, you just reminded me of that, Bob, which I did not need reminding of. Thank you.
No.
I thought that had it not been for certain scenes that I didn't think the film needed, this would have been really good. The plot's not in any way original. I mean, I kept thinking back to Parasite, to be honest, in terms of the plot and the way it unfolded.
And there's another very, very famous older film as well, which we won't say because that's almost a plot spoiler.
Yeah.
Which again is very similar.
Yeah.
To this one.
So I kept thinking of that. I thought that the acting was great, the performances were great. Rosalind Pike for me stole the show. And that clip we just heard is absolutely hilarious. If it hadn't had certain scenes that I felt were really over the top and unnecessary, I would have loved this. I really would. But I can't give it my wholehearted endorsement because it does have those scenes. And we were at an event, Bob and I, on Monday night, where Emerald Fennell was interviewed by Mark Kermode, and she clearly is an over-the-top person. Just from her reaction. I mean, she was talking about things on stage that I've not heard anybody else talk about on stage in nearly 24 years of going to Mark Kermode's show. Her
favourite film, the film that inspired her was Cruel Intentions.
So I mean, that just about says it all, doesn't it?
And some of what she came out with after that clip was
and the clip
amazing.
She chose from Cruel Intentions was really quite, again, OTT. So I enjoyed it to an extent. If it hadn't had certain scenes that it didn't need, I would have enjoyed it even more. But then again, it's an 18 certificate. It's an adult film. It deals with adult issues in many ways, and I thought I just thought it was fine, but I would have loved it more without certain scenes.
Mm-hmm. She certainly went there, didn't she?
Oh, she did.
You have to say she absolutely went there. Barry Keoghan. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't get an Oscar nom for that. I thought it was a brilliant performance from him. And just the opening, I've written down here that when you got the opening music from Zadok the Priest and the title comes up, what an opening to a film! And you go, wow! I thought that was great. I
think you just sit there with eyes wide open for the whole film.
Yeah, it's going, one of those films.
What?
Yeah. What? I mean, for me, it did go a little bit too far over the top at the end.
Yeah, definitely.
For me. But I really need to watch it again because I haven't seen it since the London Film Festival. And I might change my mind again. But I thought it was bloody good, actually. I really did enjoy it. I gave this one, I'm getting stuck on my high scores here. I gave this one another 9 out of 10 for me. I think it was a real interesting piece of cinema. Emma?
I think I'm stuck on a 5.
5, okay.
Yeah.
Andy?
6.
6. And Scott?
I went with a 7.
So that's 27 divided by 4. Oh, no! 27 divided by 4 is 6.66, isn't it?
You need the calculator handy, Bob, obviously.
27 divided by 4 is 6.6.
6.75.
Oh, 6.75. Okay, I was close. But, oh, no, right. So, Saltburn, Emma Fennell's Saltburn gets a Flickering Dreams score of 6.75, which makes it a marginal miss. I don't believe that. You're all going to have egg on your face when this gets an Oscar, aren't you? God.
Yeah, but the Oscars never get it right anyway.
No, they don't.